It's Friday, May the 6th, and as I've been saying, Bandcamp is continuing its first Friday, and please show support to artists, myself and anyone else that you may know or not know. COVID has changed the landscape dramatically, and even though people are back to playing shows and gigging and touring, it's still not the same that it was. And so this endeavor by Bandcamp to waive their main fees every first Friday of the month is seriously helpful to those of us that use the service. I see some folks have made some purchases already. Well, my new one is up now. Past is present. Grab it. I'm very proud of this old stuff. It's like it's taken time and perspective to really look back and see where a lot of the things that I was trying, I was trying some pretty good stuff. So grab it, please, and support other artists. I could list a name of thousands of people that I know that I would encourage you to also show support to. I've mentioned Michael P. Dawson. I was thinking of the Solar System, and then the list goes on. All of my friends, Dave Newhouse, everyone. Carly DeRatz, Martin Archer's label. And it's all good music. Speaking of that, Fred Church is music maker and runs a label called Tangy Citrus. We haven't met yet, but he's been sending me stuff for years now to review. And Jostaberry is an artist on his label, apparently a friend of his. I like the name of your label too, Fred, when you see this. Tangy Citrus, that just really appeals to me because orange is my favorite color and I love oranges. Anyway, they had sent me the new Jostaberry on CD to review, which I really like. I like it so much that when I saw that they were putting it out on vinyl, I ordered it. I bought the Jostaberry Hello Turbine on vinyl. I like that design. I like the back. Interesting. I might have been conflicted about maybe having made that back image the front image had I released this myself. The graphics transfer really well to a full-sized release. So a nice heavy vinyl, a nice plate. Whoever cut this for you did a good job. I don't know if it's the folks that FPE work with or not. It might be. The words still don't really resonate with me, but the music does. And what I like about Jostaberry is I don't know what's necessarily coming next. The use of fat chords, many changes. It keeps the music interesting and changing. So this is very good. I was real happy to show some support to the label. It's not often that I do this. There's not a lot that I hear where I say, well, I would buy that. Seriously, there's not a lot. This is one where it made the cut. Good job, Jostaberry and Fred. Good release. A couple things sitting out from yesterday. The second part of the interview went fantastic. Another hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And it did make a difference to put out my discography. We could have talked, it could still be going on. There's so much to share. Julius, I know you'll see this, so thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to the article. It's supposed to be out in the July issue of the Omaha magazine. It was very enjoyable, and there's a lot of parts of my story to share, and so it's an overview, and it's my perspective on how I see what I can call my career. I always had a job, and music was always special to me, and so I never endeavored to say that I'm on a career trajectory, but I'm trying to make music, and I'm trying to see what happens. And a lot has happened. Bad and good. Mostly good. So I played this yesterday. All Four Sides. Autechre, the reissue of it's hard to see the title in here. Autechre is an interesting electronic band that definitely inhabit a sound world of their own. Interesting packaging too. Not necessarily the healthiest thing for the records as far as pulling them in and out and playing them. So this is one where having the digital download is useful. Really enjoyed this and found a couple things kind of tuneful, which is not the first thing you would say about Autechre music. Oh, that's catchy. But I found myself hearing melodies and some certain things that would repeat a little bit to the point where it's like, that is catchy. Autechre is very good. I had mentioned some bands to Julius, the writer, because he's much younger than me. He hadn't heard of any of these bands I'd mentioned hardly at all. One that I mentioned to him was Tortoise, and while I was pulling up some Autechre, I pulled this up. A split, rather a collaboration 12-inch single between Autechre and Tortoise. And this is very strange. It doesn't sound like either band. And in that sense, it's a very successful collaboration, coming up with something new, unusual, cool. Also played this by Tortoise with the X. This is from a series in the Fishtank. This is number 5. This is good. This is good. If you know Tortoise, you know what I'm talking about, and or the X. And so it's a bit on the outside, which is what I lean to. Some CDRs, because I don't have everything I want on vinyl. French band Mona Lisa, Le Petit Violon de Monsieur Grégoire. Enjoyed this the other day. Skalpel. Good stuff. Sculpture. Good stuff. Enjoyed that. Here's an old one. Shannon, who had the big hit with Runaway. He tried to go alternative or kind of slightly psychedelic with this album. The Further Adventures of Charles Westover. And this is mostly pretty good. Some of the songs are kind of cheesy, but it's got like it's moving in that Scott Walker area. And I don't know who else to mention. Not Free Design, but that where they use strings, but also a rock band, and it's effective. It's a cool sound. I was digging that. Watching more documentaries. I didn't see a documentary about this band, but I was watching about Uriah Heep, who I do agree with the assessment in the documentaries that Uriah Heep is overlooked. They are one of the great hard rock bands, and for some reason, they're not given their due on the same level as the great English bands. I saw them live twice, and they were just stunning both times. David Byron, the whole band, Mick Box, So, with that in mind, I did play this Uriah Heep live. Saw this tour. Fantastic. And I used to have Demons and Wizards, and I need to get another copy. Bought it when it came out and lost it over the years. But somehow that led to me playing this German band, Epitaph, hard rock, outside the law. This is not progressive. This is straight ahead hard rock. And it's not exceptional, but it's decent. Epitaph, outside the law. Often would get that band mixed up in my mind when I'm thinking about them. I get them mixed up with Lucifer's Friend, which is related to Uriah Heep because John Lawton was the singer in both of those bands. From the end of the 80s, I Start Counting. I first heard their single My Translucent Hands. I think I heard it with some sort of indie sort of program where I heard it. It stood out. So I have some of their singles. Rawhide is another strange one where it is the Rawhide theme, but done in their style. It's strange. So ahead of time, thank you for your support. Thank you folks who've already bought the music. Thank you the person who bought one song. It's like they didn't want to buy the whole new past this present, so they bought one song. Cool. Thank you. I accept. Not sure what else to share today. I hope to see Blake today. If not today, I'll see him tomorrow. There's a wedding reception that I'm going to go to. I seldom do things like this. This one is like kind of a special one. I got to make an appearance. He's going to be playing for the reception. I'll tell you this. It's a couple who, the fella, Chad, I first encountered when he was a patient as a child in the mental health system when I was working as a psychiatric technician at one of the hospitals. He was a very misunderstood child, and he was actually, and I've said it, and he'll tell the stories himself, he came from an abusive, crazy family situation, and in the hospital, I observed and also started to stand up for him because I observed staff being abusive to him because of his problem, and also because he was a strange-looking kid. He's just one of those kind of people who kind of looks like a mongoloid, and it's like, and people just were very rude to him. But I could tell, I just picked up on it like almost right away, that he was okay, that there was a real decent person inside of him. And so consequently, through the punk rock scene, we stayed in touch, and he got married. And I'll be danged if they're going to work, they're going to stay together. So I'm going to make an appearance at the reception. That's what's up with me for the weekend. So please check my music out. Please support me and other musicians. Past as Present is out today, and I'm not. This is not what I usually do, is being a huckster seller trying to sell you something. But it's Bandcamp Friday, and this is when I make the exception. Okay? Talk to you later.